Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Featherhoof, and welcome back to Kholat, where I did a lot the last episode, or between episodes. We got an ending last episode, but as I said before, according to what I read, it wasn't the true ending. The true ending only comes once you found every journal, article, logbook, and reports, all of that. So I went around, I went all over the map with the help from the internet, and I found, okay, this zooms in, I don't want to zoom. I found all of it. I found every note, all of it. The ones I didn't find on episode, like this guy, which this one was really hard to find. To a campsite I didn't find, everything. I found everything there is to find. I mean, looking up at the achievements list, the only achievements I haven't gotten are 3. And they're all hidden achievements, but I looked them up. Apparently, back here in the radar room, there's a door that's glitched. It's buggy. I would get an achievement for going in there. I can't get it because it's glitched. One for never being killed. Not gonna get that. And another one for getting the true ending. So that's why we're here today. That, and I now have more theories and observations about this game. Based on, before recording this, I went through every logbook and journal twice, trying to piece things together. Because it was kind of hard at the end of the last episode to piece it together because I had been playing across multiple weeks and only hearing them a little bit per episode. Hearing them sequentially, putting it together that way as a coherent story, actually, I started to pick up on some things. And then reading the articles and the reports, I was like, oh, okay. And it's actually a lot simpler, at least I think, if I'm understanding it, it's a lot simpler than I was making it out to be. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go to experience this true ending, which I can now do. And, well, okay, I was about to say something, but we'll save that for the end. And I'm interested to see where else this is going to take this. Because that last ending was sort of, I think it was said best in the comments, where it was just like, what was that? And I agree. I was like, yeah, what the fuck is that? So we're going to head back to Stonehenge. Stonehenge, which is throwing a little fit over there. That's very interesting. I actually did have a good time piecing together all the journals and the reports and articles and everything. Like, really listening to the characters descend into madness. Just what they're going through and what the toll it's taking on their minds. It's just so cool. I toyed around with the idea of just putting them all sequentially in this episode. Just going, here they all are, and then putting like a timestamp. It's like, but if you want to skip it, go to insert time period. But I decided against that. Because they're all there. They're all there for you to listen to. Oh, shit! Except for 2 of them. I found 2 of them. 2 diary entries. Let me play those for you real quick.
We are sitting in room number 20.
No. That's the beginning. Let's go back 3. Let's start here.
We set off quite late today. I think everyone heard something at night, but they are afraid to admit it. I walked around the tents, but didn't notice any tracks. We didn't talk too much. We barely hiked 2.5 miles. We got the impression that something clearly changed around us. I felt someone was observing us, and I think the others had a similar feeling because they mentioned the hunter was heading in the same direction. We won't make it any further. I think we'll stay here.
I don't remember if I played that one last episode or not. Let's continue on from there.
It's dark. We escaped to the forest. Something tried to get in the tent. We heard strange sounds and an orange light. We are not going to escape from this. We are going to die. I don't know what's going on.
And then this. I don't know what that's obviously backwards. It's flipped. It's saying something in Russian, I think. It's a question. And then 221959. Which actually, now that I think about it, I should probably be writing that down. 221959. And like I said, I picked up a bunch of reports, a bunch of articles, and they basically boil down to a cover-up. We'll get to that after the true ending. So we're gonna go over here to Stonehenge having a hissy fit. Let us see this true ending. It's the actress. I'm sorry, I hate that word. The actor playing the girl that's writing the journal. She did such a good job of portraying that. It was so interesting listening to her. Even the dude for the logbook, they both did a great job of showing this character descend into madness. I really like that. Okay, Stonehenge. What you got for me, Bo? Russian Stonehenge. Actually, this true ending may actually... I've written notes. I actually have a page of notes here to keep my thoughts straight. I wonder if they're gonna completely prove my notes wrong. Okay, Act 3.
And so,
again, here we are.
We have reached the end. Have you understood your role in my plan? There are no random victims.
I still don't.
And nobody is completely innocent. You may not agree. But when the gates to Section 22 open and the world will see true madness, you will understand that everything I had done was necessary.
Oh no, here it comes again. Here it comes again. I already have the shivers. This is very, very samey game. I was told that there was a true ending. Actually, I'm not hearing the voices. Why am I not hearing the voices?
I can see you.
Oh! Fuck, there it is.
Do you hear me?
Is that you?
Oh, son of a bitch.
Find the way. Find me. Or I'll
What's your name? I can see you.
Hey, we meet. Do you hear me?
I can see you. Where are you? You're coming to your name. Let's meet.
Do you hear me?
And I'll see
Are those two separate voices?
Where are you?
Hey, we meet.
Behind you. Is that you? Where are
Do you hear me?
You're coming to meet your name.
I think those are two separate individuals. Two separate voices. One of them is obviously Anton. But who is the other? Or who I'm calling Anton, at least. For a true ending, this seems an awful lot like the other ending. It's full of orange lights. Why is it full of orange lights? Oh, thought! Thought! Maybe that's why it was... Oh. Shh.
Doc? Doc, can you hear me? It's Anton. That's enough for today. The patient's results are deteriorating. Let's disconnect him. Shit! Turn it off! Quickly! Do it! He can hear us!
Hello? Okay. I have more thoughts. So we're in an experiment. Whether it's some kind of VR experiment or we're in Anomaly 7. Okay, So here's what I wrote down. Okay, these are my thoughts on the game, and that little bit actually adds a little bit. I may tweak them as I go. Anton is the orange ghost. Okay, this is what I think. Anton is the orange ghost, and he's not a ghost at all. I think he's some kind of supernatural or alien being. I'm leaning towards alien. We'll get to that in a minute. Both the logbook writer, Vitaly, and Subject 73, in the very last logbook entry we found, spoke of talking to Anton. Anton, the Subject 73, he was talking about everyone was in cells with 4 people each, but he was in his own cell, and his only cellmate was Anton. Vitaly lost his mind, and all he could think of was, I have to find Anton. Even there was a little boy. I read the report with Boris. Boris was talking to Dr. Grigori, and Boris says, "I've seen this conversation before. I've had the same conversation with you and the man standing behind you." And Dr. Grigori says, "There's no man standing behind me." And Boris is like, "There is a man standing behind you. He's right fucking there." I think that was Anton. I believe, let's see. Okay, well, I'll skip that for a second now. I'll come back to that. Main character, there was that one article, or was it a report? Article or report about a escaped psychopath. Okay, if you read through the articles and reports, I highly recommend you play this game. Despite its flaws, you should play it. That Vitaly and Subject 73 were both victims of a test center, a test facility that was masquerading as a mental institute. And that's how they did all these tests on people with Anomaly 7. They masqueraded them as criminals and rapists and psychopaths that they had to help and fix. And these people were subjected to whatever Anomaly 7 was. And I think Anomaly 7 is... What did I write here? I think it's... Like I said, I'm leaning towards alien. I think it's some kind of alien device, a crashed alien ship, alien technology, something like that. Because of there's several articles talking about orange lights being seen in the sky. Just like, oh yeah, like UFO sightings. They were talking about UFO sightings. And I keep looking at my notes because I don't want to get this wrong. I don't want to be saying something and then, like, as I'm editing it, looking at my notes going, damn it, I said that wrong. There was this one spiel, this one doctor talked about how the chamber, all of a sudden one day they were checking the chamber, they were there monitoring it, all the energy levels were normal, but the door got blown off the hinges, and all of a sudden the people around him, the one dude stood straight up with his back towards him and his head spun around 360 degrees and stared at him for a little while before falling down dead. Another dude, his face fell apart like a how did he put, like a mask falling apart in chips, and people exploding. And then he went to this hallway, and people were melded to the walls and everything. And as he exited the facility, there were orange lights, and an orange man came out of the lights. And though the doctor guy tried to yell at him, scream at him, this is in his words. A man came out of the light, and he came up to him, my Anton. Anton, it's almost as if he needs another person to be bound to do anything. It's some kind of, like I say, some kind of weird alien, and he has to be bound to somebody. But when he's bound to somebody, those people lose their minds. They go nuts. But now that I saw that, those are the notes I took after reading and listening to all the reports and journal entries and all that jazz. That little extra 15 seconds at the end. Does that change anything? is Anton actually a doctor performing subjects on a mental patient or a test subject, and Anton is just the name of the projection put into these people, into the minds of these people, as you know, as like a, what would you call it? Almost like a control. I think I'm saying that right. You know, where you have to have, when you're doing tests, you have to have that say control sample. That's maybe like that's the control sample for these tests, is this figure named Anton, and it's like he was all upset. He's like, "Oh, he can hear us! He can hear us! Shut it down! Shut him down!" You know, what were they talking about? And I love it's just this ambiguity that this game has. This it's not answering any questions. It's not cheaping out like the end of The Sixth Sense, where it had this great mystery, this great thing, and at the end it just spelled it out for you. I kind of like the way this turned out. Now that I actually, taking the game's mechanics and its flaws out, thinking about it, just the story, I really liked this game, the way it told its story. It's hard, like I said, it was hard to piece together the story when you see it page by page, you're going around and you go and get those pieces, those snippets, one at a time. Listening to them back to back, reading them back to back, that's what I came up with. What I just said, that's what I pieced together, and that's what I believe is happening in this game. And I think I'm right. I really do. I would, like I said, I encourage you to play this game. And speaking of the game, let's give my final thoughts, my final review of the game. It's a good game, okay? It's very pretty. It has some graphical flaws here and there. I don't think it was optimized very well, because the frame rate can dip pretty hard. And I can play prettier games than this, like games with more graphical options, and get better frame rates. So I don't think it was properly optimized. The snowy atmosphere, the horror atmosphere, the music. The music is fantastic in this game. And it really sets the mood for this game. And in the scary parts, it ramps it up. In the quiet parts, it tones it down. They did a good job in that respect. The story they told was really well. The way they told it, not so much. Like I said, when you get to the end of the game and you can put it together, it actually told a very nice, coherent mystery. And like I said, it was like Unsolved Mysteries, the game. And I love that shit. But it has its flaws. It has its flaws in that's saving. You can only save whenever you pick up a note, that's when it saves it. The first time you find a campsite, that's when it saves it. I kind of wish it did something, there was a way to save it more. And like it almost seemed random. If I went to a campsite, sometimes, like a campsite I'd already found, sometimes it would find it, or save it, other times it wouldn't, and I couldn't piece together why. So that was weird. I've said it before, the crawling mechanic and the flashlight mechanic were both pointless. There was no reason to have a flashlight button or a crawling button. The crawling did nothing. If it did something and I didn't know, let me know in the comments below. If anyone who's played this, if it was like, oh, that's how you got away from the ash monsters, is you crawled. I didn't know that. The game didn't tell me. Nothing told me. I'm not expecting hand-holding, but something. And if I missed it, that's my fault. You know, blame me. I'm sorry. The map, I'm not gonna blame the map compass thing. I think that was ingenious. I like the way that they did that. It actually added to the atmosphere, the terror of not truly knowing where you are at any given time. I just suck at reading maps. I suck at using a compass. So that's on me. That's not on the game design. But it made it. It made it. It really made the game. Anything else I got to say about the game? sometimes I thought the voice actors were a little, I don't know, overacting. Like they were chewing the scenery a little bit. But it's still, overall, it's not like it was Resident Evil bad. But it was like, actually they were really good at times. But sometimes it was just like, I'm skimming the troposphere with how over the top I'm playing my character right now. Other than that, this was a good game. I liked it. The fact that getting the true ending only gives you like 15 extra seconds of dialogue was a little annoying. Oh, that was the other thing I want to talk about. I think, yeah, the main character was attracted to the tent because of the orange lights. Because all those people that go crazy, they see the orange lights. And that's why he was attracted to the tent. I think, even though it's weird, because it's almost like suggesting that even though this takes place after the event, somehow he took place in the event. It's weird. At least that's what the ending of Act 3 seems to indicate. And he was it wasn't attracted to the tent to kill anybody. He was attracted to the tent because of those orange lights. That's my thought. So, overall, I give this game, if I were to score it, which is something I want to start doing from now on. When I get to the end of a game, I want to review a game when I get to the final episode. I have to say I'd probably give this game 7.5 out of 10. Maybe 7 out of 10. Because, like I said, what was it, second episode, third episode, where I had to repeat that long trek every time I died to the first ash monster, pissed me off something so fierce. And again, it isn't that I want things spelled out for me. I don't want things spelled out for me. I don't want the game to handhold me. But I would have liked a little more clarity as to who we were. I would have liked a little more clarity that there's a thin line you can walk between obscurity and clarity that still maintains a mystery. But I don't feel like this game, as much as I liked that story, I don't feel that it truly, I don't know, gave any kind of resolution. Maybe I'm missing it. If I'm missing it, let me know in the comments below. Maybe if I'm being contradictory, if I'm contradicting myself, let me know. I don't know, there's certain things that bug me about it, but overall I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time, and this is the kind of game I urge you to play. I really do. Because you've been here, you've taken this journey with me, but you can only truly get the sense and feel for it by playing this kind of game yourself. It's cheap. It's on Steam. Every Steam sale, it's super cheap. It's not hard to come by. It's not super expensive. Play it. God, I think on a Steam sale I bought it for less than $5. So, no, I didn't. No, I got it as part of a Humble Bundle. So I got it even for even less than that. So, yeah, find it, play it, enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, well, you and I have different opinions. But I liked it. And it was good. It definitely was good. And with that, with this very short episode that's been more talk heavy than anything, I'm going to end this series here. If you enjoyed this series, this game, let me know with a like, comment, subscribe, share it, or you can click on the annotations for other videos I've done. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.